Module 2, Profit Amplifier. Now this module is huge as you're going to learn about one thing in this, and that's sending to a landing page. Alright, there's a few ways to do this, and I'm going to explain the benefits of each and let you know why it's good to use one or the other, and then let you make the decision about it because it's completely up to you. I'll get down to that. Let's continue on. Alright, but first and foremost, in this specific system, never ever ever direct link. And what I mean by direct link is, let's just say you get your affiliate link and then you send your traffic just to that affiliate link. All right. First and foremost, just about most of the CPA networks I know don't allow that. And even if you could, you'd be leaving so much money on the table thanks to what I'm going to be showing you here. All right. You wouldn't have any type of lander. You wouldn't be able to get them to say yes multiple times or even capture their email. All right. So first and foremost, never direct link. Even if you're doing a ClickBank product, send it to a landing page. Then you can direct them there or do what I'm going to show you coming up. Okay. So here are your weapons of choice when it comes to a landing page. First and foremost, you have a survey lander, you have a squeeze page, and then you have the hybrid, which is a survey squeeze page. Now I'm going to just kind of walk you through each of these. The survey lander, all right, this is a really cool one because what it allows them to do is it gets them to say yes multiple times, all right? And you do this by asking very easy questions. So as always, I just love using golf for an example. Even though there probably isn't a CPA golf offer, there's plenty of ClickBank ones, so I'm just going to assume you've got a ClickBank product. So before you get them to take action, you would ask them plenty of questions where you already know the answer is yes. So if someone who likes golf is coming to your landing page, think of something you would ask them. All right. Do you enjoy playing golf? Yes. How would you like to add 100 yards to your drive? Or like, would you like that? Yes. Okay. Do you want to lower your handicap by 10 strokes? Yes. Do you want to outdrive your buddies on the range? Yes, right? It's just simple questions, and you can even phrase them differently. The fact of the matter is the more yeses you get from someone, the easier it is for them to take action, right? Especially if you have one of those lead generation offers. They're already committed, so to speak. They've already put in the time. They've put in the action by clicking the yes icon a few times. And once they get through to the registration, your conversions really go up. I've tested this with and without, and it's like night and day. Okay, depending on the offer, of course, and depending on the targeting, okay? And like I said, you want to ask easy questions. Even if it's asking the same question, like, are you sure you really want XYZ? All right, do you promise that you'll actually put XYZ into use should you get it? Or, you know, depending on the offer, it's hard to say, but I've tested multiple questions before. I've done around as high as 7. Now, it depends. Obviously, if you give someone 100 questions, there's a good chance you're going to lose out on them. They're going to X out. They're going to say, this is taking way too long. I've seen the sweet spot is around 3 to 5 because that's enough to have them take action, but not too much where they're just going to bail out on you. All right. So that's the survey lander. There's plenty of different ways to go about getting one of those. Obviously, Fiverr. If you picked up my OTO, you're going to get my exact one that I use that you can basically just put in your own picture and then put in your own text depending on your offer, and that's the same exact one I used, okay? Also, be sure to check the cheat sheet because I have a lot of information that goes hand in hand with this. It's kind of like 2 systems in one, so there's a lot of cliff notes and other things and resources you can check out. So if you're looking for any other ideas, be sure to check that out. I wanted to make sure I brought that up to your attention, okay? So on to the next one. The squeeze page. Now, you're probably very familiar with a squeeze page, a capture page, a lead page, a landing page, whatever you want to call it. But the fact of the matter is you only need about 2 things. You need a simple headline and then ask for their best email. The reason I say best email is because if you just say, you know, enter your email here, I've noticed that you get a slightly better quality when you say best email, all right? Because you don't want a person entering an email they never check, then they're not going to open the follow-up. So that's just a little tidbit there that's helped me in the past. But in terms of a squeeze page, you know, what are you offering? Figure out a headline, and then just ask for their email. Now, when it comes to squeeze pages, you can get these anywhere and everywhere. Even Fiverr will, you know, you'll get one for $5 and so on and so forth. But there's another cool way of going about getting a squeeze page. I believe that's not going to be very difficult for you. So let's continue moving on. Last but not least is the hybrid lander. Now, if you picked up the OTO, you probably got this as well. You got my survey squeeze plugin. This is a combination of both, and that's what makes it so powerful, is that you get to ask them questions and grab their email at the same time. Okay? And this is going to be very powerful if you want to make money throughout the long term. Now, I get asked the question all the time, should I just direct to an offer or should I build an email list? I've even had asked the question before, James, am I wasting my time if I don't build an email list? And the answer is no, you're not wasting your time. It's basically speed versus long-term money. All right, if you want to make money as fast as possible, you send to a pre-sale page, which is usually where you ask them questions. You're just asking them the survey, and then it redirects them to the offer. Okay, because when you send them to an email, you're going to get a few people who leave the page because they don't want to enter their email. That's fine. Okay, that's why I said if you want to make the most amount of money, send them to a survey page. Redirect them to the offer. They don't need to get their email. Okay, you're going to get more eyeballs on your offer. Okay, so that's going to make you the faster money. Okay, the fastest amount of money, the fastest period of time. However, since you're not gathering that email, you can't make more money off of them in the future. Okay, so that's the pro and con to that. On the other side, like I said, if you grab their email and then redirect them to the offer, you're still going to make a good amount of conversions. It's just going to be a little less because some people aren't going to want to enter their email in the first place. However, you'll be able to send follow-ups, like I said, to them as long as they're on your email list. And depending on your niche, I've noticed that a lot of them really don't unsubscribe that much. So you could be missing out on a lot of long-term money. It's completely up to you. In case you were wondering, when I first did this, when I made my 2K plus, it was basically just to a survey landing page and it redirected them to the offer, okay? So I've done both. I've currently done both. It's completely up to you. I'll actually test both myself, but it's something to keep in mind. It's one of those fast money versus a little slower money, but it's going to be making a lot more in the long run. I can't tell you which one to do. That's a decision you're going to have to make, but I wanted to give you both perspectives because there's no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you're making money. Last but not least, we have the $1 lander. Okay, and this is a simple Aweber form. Now, if you pick up Aweber, that's only $1 to get started, but what you can do is actually create one of their mini squeeze page forms, and what that allows you to do is basically just use that as your landing page. As simple as it sounds, it works pretty well. You can actually decorate it how you want, put your headline there, ask for the email, and you're good to go. Okay, that's probably one of the fastest ways to do it. Either way, if you don't have Aweber, I recommend you pick it up. It's awesome. You're going to need an email marketing type of service if you want to make money in the long run. If you want to make more money, if you want to make a ton of money, whatever it is, eventually you're going to need it if you're serious about making money. That just happens to be a little shortcut way of creating a landing page if you happen to have nothing at the time. Okay, here's an important part, defining your angle. Okay, I've seen a lot of landing pages before and a lot of them are very generic. Okay, when it comes to making money online, a generic angle would be make $100 a day. Maybe you've seen that a ton of times before. I know I sure have. It's really not that effective. The same thing goes with any type of CPA offer. Let's say an Xbox. So what would be an angle? Get an Xbox. All right, how exciting, how flashy. And I'm being sarcastic because it's really not. But either way, an angle is basically how you're going to promote your offer. And this can be used on your lander or the copy of your text when you create your ad. So let's move on to a few examples. As always, I love using golf as an example. So here's a really generic angle. It's a benefit, but it's nothing really exciting. Hit the ball farther, okay? A lot of guys who play golf like myself want to hit the ball farther, but it's really basic. They've heard it a million times before. It's nothing really new or shiny. So here's the after when it comes to the golf example. Imagine the respect you'll get from out driving your buddies. Okay, so it's the same thing, hitting it farther than your buddies. You're hitting it longer, but now you're bringing on kind of a little dream story here where they're going to get respect from that as well. And that's what most of these golfing guys really want. It's a slightly different angle, but as you can see, it's a lot different from just hitting the ball farther. Now, I don't know what offer you're going to be promoting. Or if it's golf for any reason, maybe you want to do some ClickBank offers, just because I have a lot of experience in that. And building a list with golf is pretty simple on Facebook. I just want to give you a perspective of when it comes to the type of offer you're going to be promoting and how you can go about selling that to your audience on your advertising, all right? Let's do another example. Xbox example. before, like I said before, get a new Xbox. Wow, how shiny, how attractive. Let's move on to the after. Okay, Xbox example after. Just imagine how jealous your friends will be with getting a new Xbox. Now, if you think about the user who wants an Xbox, for me, I think about a guy. He's probably a late teenager, maybe early 20s. He's going to be super excited because he's going to call up all his bros and say, I got this new Xbox. And once again, it creates a little dream story. It's not just getting the Xbox. It's the satisfaction of all his friends being jealous, all of them wanting to hang out, all the friends he's going to make. All right, it's a completely different dream story with basically the same effect, but it does a lot more psychologically to the person, right? And once again, this is something just to think about with whatever offer you're going to be promoting. Sometimes it takes a little outside of the box thinking just to help craft that angle and actually see profits stick out from what everyone else is doing. All right, so here's what we have. This is basically your roadmap, okay? So you're always starting with a landing page. It doesn't always have to go to an opt-in. We talked about that before, but this is one of the paths. They click on your landing page. Maybe it's just a squeeze page, or maybe it's a survey squeeze, but they opt in, and once they opt in, they get directed to your offer, okay? That's basically one of the ways to do it. The other way is to basically send to a landing page, and this could just be a survey page where they say yes, yes, yes multiple times, and they don't opt in. Once they finish the last question, they'll say, all right, awesome, we're redirecting you to your offer, and then they go straight to your offer. Okay, so those are the two ways to do it. It's nothing complex. It's nothing super technical that you can't do or anything like that. It's pretty simple. Those are your two choices. Like I said, it's completely up to you whether you want to go for the fast money or you want to make a little less but make a lot more in the long run. Completely up to you. Okay? And last but not least, when they opt in, I kind of touched upon this before, you can now promote similar offers to them, anything you want, okay? Obviously, the more related, the better it's going to be for you, all right? If you're promoting golf stuff and then you start sending, I don't know, muscle building, that's not really a good combination. So keep that in mind with any offer that you have. Ask yourself, are there any other types of offers that I can promote? Are there more CPA options? Are there email submits, zip submits, lead generation submits? Are there sales? Are there ClickBank offers? Are there Amazon offers? Heck, are there t-shirts? Anything and everything. That's the power of having an email list. So once they opt in, I mean, even if you were on even, okay, let's say you spent $10 a day and you made $10 back. All right, you're completely even on your ad spend, but you're building a list at the same time. Like me in that case, I just put as much money into there as possible because I know I'm going to make so much more in the long run when it comes to email marketing because now I have a targeted audience. All right, so that's the beautiful thing about an email list. You can break even. Heck, you can even lose money on it in the front because you can still make it back in the back end. Does that make sense? That's the power of email marketing. So keep that in mind. Like I said, you can just send to a redirect or an opt-in. That's up to you when it comes to your action step. But either way, look forward to seeing you on the next module.